Take a minute and introduce you all to Sirena Andras. She's from Creative Chi. She's a creative guru, as we call her, and she's going to be talking to you about branding the business of your dreams, which I know we all have. If we don't have a business now, we have one inside of us. So, Sirena.
Somebody else was presenting the book that's within you, right? Oh, the other branding person.
Alexandra, yes.
Yeah, there's a business inside you too, I promise. So I'm Sirena. I call myself the creative guru of Creative Chi. The reason that I named my company Creative Chi is because I'm a long-time Tai Chi practitioner. So flow and chi is a big part of my life, and I thought, why not bring it into the business world? You know, why split it at personal and business? So I sort of integrated both. I've been doing art direction, graphic design, advertising, all that kind of stuff for almost 20 years now. That makes me seem like I'm antique.
Like you're what?
Like I'm an antique. I did most of it in the corporate world. I worked for larger companies, and I walked away from my cubicle about 4 years ago. That's when I decided to refocus and rebrand and start doing business as Creative Chi. Actually, Creative Chi about 2 years ago. It took me a while to find my true north and to honor what I wanted to do. So branding the business of your dreams. Can you imagine being the brand that people are talking about? And I don't mean just like, oh, this is a cool shiny object that I have, but really raving about you. Not just having clients, but having fanatics. I have this swell model. I don't know if you guys know this company. You don't. I was introduced to this company by a friend of mine, actually. And she's, you know, very eco-conscious, as am I. And she introduced me to this bottle because not only does it keep your water actually cold for 24 hours, like you can go and put this on your nightstand and the next day it's still ice cold. They give a percentage of their proceeds back to the community by giving water to places in need. So children that don't have water in places like Africa, or they don't have clean drinking water, they give a percentage of their proceeds back. So I want to say that, like, their website will say, you know, to this day we've donated $100,000, you know, dollars worth of water to X, Y, and Z. And this is the kind of company that easily has fanatics, because people really want to follow businesses that do good. So can you see creating a better world, bringing in money and fulfillment in your business? Yes. There are some ironically simple strategies to this. I'll get to those in a few. First, I wanted to touch briefly on what branding is. I know there's a lot of confusion between branding, advertising, marketing, a logo, exactly what key elements are branding. It's not really a science. Well, I guess it's science and art. It's like part psychology, part fashion, part trends, part art. Definitely more about emotions than actual science, although there is some very good science in there as well. Today I'm going to talk about the core of branding, or of a brand. What makes a brand? So what is a brand? I like to say, the first thing I like to say is what people say about you people say about you or your business when you are not in the room. The brand is an entity unto itself. It's not a logo, although that is part of branding. Just like your face is a part of you, but if your face was going out there alone by itself, it wouldn't be you. It would be a representation somewhat of you. So you have the bigger part, which is the brand. Then you have, within that, you have the brand identity. And a little part of the brand identity is the logo, although that's what we most recognize because we are visual creatures. The brand is a total package of visual, voice, consumer experience that creates a specific emotion in your target audience. So it's more about how it makes you feel. I have some examples of brands. And when I think about a brand like Amazon, how does it make me feel? Trustworthy, easy, direct. When I think of Apple, it makes me feel, well, the products, elegant, user-friendly, cutting edge, and creative. The brand emotion for Nike would be more like empowering, innovative, and strong. What creates these emotional links is more than just the logo. It's everything from the product, to the packaging, to the experience of taking it home. Did you buy it online? What was your user experience like online? Did you go into a store? What was the customer experience like? Every single interaction that you do with that company, whether it be in the store, online, or opening up the product in your home, that's the brand. So building a brand is a lot more than designing a logo. It's understanding the culture that you want to create around your business or product. I worked in a media company for 13 years, and I got to do lots of glamorous stuff. I did a lot of photo shoots, and on some of these photo shoots, we had these gorgeous models, and I had $500,000 diamonds. This was shiny, beautiful, amazing. Some people would say, well, wow, it's such a fun job. You get to be with these models and all this beautiful stuff. And the first few times it was great, but after like 10 years of it, I really started to not like my job. There was no substance. There was nothing underneath. We didn't have, brand values. Our mission was to make money, to sell stuff. And and that works too. I mean, but are you going to build fanatics? Are people going to come to you and say, oh yeah, here's take my money because you want money? Probably not the same feeling. I saw the movie Blood Diamond and things really went downhill after that. I thought, I'm using my talents to maybe do harm, I'm telling people that diamonds equate to love, and the more diamonds you give, the more you love. This is not a good use of my talent. This is not something that I want to do. So I left there, and after a few years, I started Creative Chi. And when I decided to brand my own company, I really wanted to be true to myself. I wanted something that I could be proud of, something that would be fulfilling to me. So I thought, well, where are my core values? And what can I bring to my company to make sure that it's what I want? So why do I want to be in business? Is a big question. Obviously, we all want to get paid. But aside from that, number one, creativity. I want to make art. I want to make beautiful things. Number two, compassion. Actually, I think I have it. There we go. Compassion. How can I serve and inspire others? Connection. Find a community of like-minded businesses with a mission to better the world. So the two key elements of really digging out your culture and figuring out your why. Number one would be your mission statement. I saw somebody else had a fabulous mission statement, which is not here. But my mission statement, just to show you an example, Creative Chi is committed to creatively branding in an authentic, compassionate, and connected manner, empowering benefit corporations and conscious businesses through wholehearted branding and design. And then I also have a vision statement, which is sort of where I want to go from where I am. So I am more of a graphic design firm, or I was more of a graphic design firm. And I'm moving from that to creating brands with conscience by transforming passionate dreams into authentic brands that people connect with. So all of this equals my brand culture. So this is Creative Chi's brand culture. I'm also in the midst of becoming a B corporation. I don't know if you guys are familiar with B certs. Being in this room, I imagine a lot of you know what that is. But basically, it's a business that is officially not just in business for money, but also have some sort of a social philanthropical mission. So art is very important in my life. So part of my proceeds go back into the community, into art programs for underprivileged children. I also try and volunteer and teach art to those children whenever my schedule allows. And that's one of the most rewarding things is children and giving back to the thing that you're most passionate about. The old way of doing business and doing branding was completely different. You hired a big firm and you paid them all this money and they went out and they did these test markets, and they asked people, hey, you would buy this product, so what do you want me to say? What do you want me to look like? What do you want me to be? So I can turn around and be that and attract more of you. This is completely inauthentic. And in today's world, I feel like consumers are so much smarter, and they see right through all that BS. And they don't like to be marketed to, and they want to see authenticity. They don't want a multi-million-dollar company that paid a bunch of people to tell you what to be like. They want people that are going to be what they need to be from their true core, and then you'll attract that. The people that need to relate to you will come. So be authentic and share your cause. 66% of consumers are willing to pay extra for products and services that come from companies who are committed to a positive social and environmental impact. 66%, that's a pretty big number. Pay more, pay extra. Not, oh, I'll buy that because, not apples to apples, but apples to Apple computers. 95% of college students say that they are less likely to ignore an ad that promotes a brand's partnership with a cause. Also, where people want to see this partnership and their social mission is on the packaging if we're talking about a product. So like Swell bottles, if you go into a store and you see that, you want to see on the packaging, we have given X number of dollars into the community, or we partner with X, Y, and Z. Create a brand culture with values and integrity. Stand for something important, and you will attract your cult. So really, your brand culture is where you get that cult following from. As humans, we're fundamentally wired to find tribes, to live in small numbers. It's in our DNA, it's part of our survival. We all want to belong to something because there's a safety in it, and we really are wired to do this. So we're always looking for something to belong to. Yoga and fitness have always been a huge part of my life. And when I see somebody else that's either wearing like a Lululemon or they're toting one of the bags that I know that they're reusable bags from a store, there's automatically a level of trust and like that I have for that person. Because I know they're part of my tribe. This is somebody that also, obviously, shops for very expensive fitness clothes, so they must be into some sort of fitness and yoga. So it's important to have that icon. That icon will bring people together. Also, another thing to do other than being authentic is to care. Foster a business culture that cares and connects. My first grader came home the other day with marker all over his face, and I asked him how that happened, and he said, well, I was using those smelling markers, the scented kind. I said, and you didn't realize that you were marking your face when you were smelling them? He goes, oh yeah, I did, but it was, people were laughing. They were having so much fun, I just kept doing it. He gets it. It was more important for him to have everybody else laugh and have a good time than the concern that he was going to be marked up for the rest of the day with non-washable markers. So care. If you care about your clients and you give them something to talk about and something to rave about, something to laugh about, they're going to remember you. Oh, I'm not there yet. Something to laugh about, something to rave about. There's a company that I rave about, Amazon. I showed them earlier. I ordered a watch that was a present, and I ordered it along with some vitamins at Amazon because they're fast and easy and reliable. And it came to my door, and somebody had actually gone in there, stolen the watch, and left the vitamins. So I knew they'd come because the vitamins were still in there. And I thought, that really sucks. This is a present for my brother, and I sort of needed it. And I called them and said, hey, somebody just stole the watch that I bought. They're like, no problem. We'll send you one. We'll, send it overnight. No questions asked. No big deal. It's like, that's an amazing company. You bet I shop Amazon. I get a box a day, and I'm not even that concerned if somebody steals it off my doorstep. So the three main steps to branding. these are the 3 keys, or I call them the 3 Ds of dream branding. Number 1 would be discovering your purpose. And I have some nifty little, I'll hand them out later, some nifty little checklists that have these on them. But discovering your brand purpose, so crafting your mission statement with the brand's reason for being, the core beliefs and values. This is your brand culture. This is your why. This is the reason that you get up every morning and work other than for money. Defining your destiny. So you're creating a vision statement, where your company is, where you want to take it, how you want to get it there. And then developing your path is sort of more specific, more about envisioning your perfect client. Really being specific, creating like an avatar and saying, Sally is my perfect client, and she goes to yoga, and I think I can find her in these places. And that will help you figure out where you're going to reach that target audience. So once you've done all of this work of discovering your purpose and defining your destiny and developing your path, then you can delve into the really fun part of branding, my favorite part, which is the corporate identity, which is the great things about the logos and the colors and the fonts and everything that's going to become your face to the exterior world. So I truly believe that you can brand your dreams. You can create a business that feeds your soul, brings you prosperity, and helps elevate the world. You've all got this. I'm available to assist in this journey, whether you need a deeper understanding of strategy and how you can position your brand, or getting clarity on that cultural brand message, or of course with the more artistic aspect of it, which would be the corporate identity and the logos and marketing and all that great fun stuff. And I want to give you guys these, if you didn't already get one, I have these little checklists, like a little map, if you want to delve into branding. Anybody want one of these? And then I guess I'm ready to take questions. Want to check? Yeah, sure. You know what? Let me just give you guys. I'll just give you those. Is there any questions? Is there anything I can shed light on within branding or within creating a culture?
You want one?
You were mentioning something about like the B business.
Yeah, B corporations.
Right. So does it have to be structured differently than like a C corp or an S corp to be B? Because like right now I have a company. Well, I had a company for years, and I have a new line launching, and I want to do the charities, and I want to do a big portion of it to intertwine, and I don't know what the difference is.
So there's a couple different things that you can do to become a B corporation. There's a B lab, which is how I started it. And that is actually a company, an independent company that will certify you and you go through their process. And they will hold your hand and they'll take you along. And it's challenging. You can also just incorporate. So like I'm currently an S corp, and basically it's just changing it. And then they ask you to do a few things to make sure.
Change some of like the when you first set it up on Sundays or whatever, you just change some of the filing.
Yeah, you just change it basically, and you commit to why are you changing to this? What are you doing? And then they do want to see down the line, I think within 2 years, they want to see how you're following up. So who's quantifying it? So that's where the B Lab people come in great, because they work with the state.
Okay.
And what are the benefits to this?
What are the benefits? Monetarily, none. It's all about saying that I want to be this type of business, and I want my customers to know that I'm this type of business, and I'm not just BSing. So if you have that B Lab stamp, somebody is going after you, making sure that you're doing the things that you say you're doing, and it's not just the greenwashing, saying, oh, I'm this, and then you're not doing any of it. So it's adding validity to the fact that, you know, you're doing good things, which some people it doesn't matter, you know? You do what you do and then that's good enough, right? I just wanted to make sure that the businesses that I work with know that, and especially because I want to go after those type of businesses. So I hope that I'm able to have that same reference. So when somebody says, yeah, I want to rebrand my business and I want it to be a B corporation, well, let me show you, you can do this and you can officially, you know, really be a B. It's sort of like that USDA organic stamp. You know, a company can say, yeah, well, we don't use pesticides and we blah, 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 but if they don't have that stamp, you're like, why don't we have the stamp? And that's all part of branding, the branding issue too. Anything else? Are we good?
Time for one or two more questions, anybody? Good?
No, we're good.
Okay.